Hello, everyone. Yeah, hey, well, those are my words. Hi, everyone. Welcome back for some more Let's Read Tsukihime. Sorry, I was so scared I said it's the wrong game title. Though we are involving twins who mysteriously switch. We're playing Higurashi. And, well, again, kind of know what's going to go on. But there's still things that we're going to learn about from this different angle, which is exciting. Because, yeah, let's just descend into madness together.
皆さんまだ生きてる？
Oh, what the frick? Wait, Kimiyoshi was hanging from the collar, with his head turned up to the ceiling. I don't think he's alive. He didn't even move when I walked in. Maybe he's already dead. Satoko, okay, well. Satoko was lying on a cross-shaped restraining table. She glared at me with red and swollen eyes, which must have been that way from crying. I'd wanted to put her on that special restraining table to pound nails into her hands, but Satoko was too small for that. Oh my god. I walked up to Kimiyoshi and poked his body with my toe. I'm sorry. That played kick dot sound effect. I think you're an unreliable narrator. There was no response.
君吉のおじいちゃん死んだ？
人殺し。人殺し。
Maybe Satoko had witnessed Kimiyoshi's last moments. I took a thick knife from the wall and stabbed Kimiyoshi with it. There was no response.
君吉のおじいちゃん生きてるなら正直に生きてるって言ってください
Oh,
よ。
we are beyond gone.
死体のふりして逃げ出そうなんて通用しないから。
I walked over to the pulley that was suspending Kimiyoshi.
最終通告。生きてる？生きてるなら返事してね。
I paused just for a moment, then turned the pulley. Oh, there was a bit of... Oh, the music has a bit of stank to it. Kimiyoshi's body swayed strangely in the air. It looked much more like a corpse like that.
どうしてこんなことをするんですの、シオンさん。
ん？ああ、なるほど。
The door to the huge cave was still open. I bet Satoko had talked to the one in the cell while I was gone. That's how she knows my name. Although, that's actually not my name at all.
シオンじゃなくて、私が本当のミオン。
So here's an interesting thing that I just, because I'm reading some comments, right? And there's a number of people who are like, I mean, again, because there's a bit of a delay in these uploads and stuff, but there's people who are like, well, none of it made sense because who was Mion, who was Shion there, and why in the final moments was Mion saying they were Shion? And like, I never took that as, well, that was actually Mion who was out there doing this to us, and it was Shion in the cage. No, I always just took it as, like, it's just craziness on who's who, and I kind of predicted that this was something that was happening with the switching. I never said it, but that was something I did, like, I never thought that it was Mion was the killer. I always sort of figured out, like, yeah, it was Shion there and everything, right? I think I did? Because in my mind, none of this is surprising. I don't... But then again, didn't it say... No, I didn't think that. Because then how come I'm not as surprised at this? But at the same time, like, I didn't get spoiled. But no, because then they did the thing where they're like, oh yeah, then Shion goes and kills herself. Which now we know is Mion! Maybe? Right? Oh god. Wait, now that I'm putting it together, now I'm... Oh no. Like, here's the thing. For some reason, I thought that I kind of knew this. But I guess I didn't. Oh boy. Oh boy. Great. Anyways.
あんたたちがミオンだと思ってた方がシオン。まあややこしいだろうから理解しなくて結構。
I mean, this doesn't help. This is so confusing to think about. Like, it makes sense, but in universe, how like, this is just makes things confusing.
よくもみんなを理科を
At the very least, she can actually deny that. Right? Like it is technically self-defense. And then shoving your knife into your neck yourself. I'd allowed... Oh, never mind. Well, no, you have no say in this now. I'd allowed Satoko to watch me take care of Rika's body. Of course, I let her see Rika's neck, too. Oh, I gotta be
フルで
evil,
リカは
right?
自業自得。
Evil mode.
あいつは私を殺しに来たんだよ。
Yeah. Like, at the very least, this one is slightly justified. Mind you, it's because of everything that happened before, but this is the only one where you could potentially wrap it around to, but actually it was okay.
返り討ちにしたのさ。
そんなことあるわけありませんわ。リカがそんなことするわけない。
信じないならそれでもいいよ。あんたにはどうでもいいことだし。
私をどうするつもりなんですの？
殺す。
Satoko's eyes went wide. She was expecting my answer, I'm sure, but she still looked shocked. I bet she didn't expect me to state it so openly. I heard the noise of something hitting iron bars echoing in the huge cave. Shion's voice echoed there as well. I answered her clearly.
今頃罪が分かったかい？あんたはそれをサトシ君の時にしなかった。だからサトシ君は虫けらのように殺されてしまったんだ。あんたはサトシ君を救える100億の瞬間を見捨てた、見殺した。そうさ、それがあんたの罪なのさ。
Before even... Oh no! Before even finishing my sentence, I stabbed Satoko's right arm. Her blood started to flow. This was nothing compared to what happened to Rika Furude. I twisted the knife into Satoko's arm. She bit down hard, crying. Did they even put an echo effect on that? Or is that just the music? Holy shit. Why couldn't you say that for Satoshi-kun? It's too late now. I was the one screaming like you back then. But no matter how loudly I scream, it never reached them, spared him, or saved him. I want you to go through the same thing I did. Oh god, you're doing it over and over! I stabbed Satoko's arm repeatedly. She's kind of taking it like a champ. Oh no! But the knife kept hitting her bone. It didn't feel like I was cutting any of her flesh. She's so skinny and malnourished from her abuse that it's literally... The knife stabs don't even feel like flesh, it just feels like bone. Oh.
よーし、シオン。じゃあこうしよう。サトコの助け方を教えてあげよ
Oh,
う。
it's gonna be something like, you have to bring back Satoshi.
あんたはこれから1000回、
Oh.
ごめんなさいって言うんだよ。言い終わったらサトコを解放する。どう？私は嘘をつかないよ。あんたがけじめをつけたってことをちゃんと理解してね。
It's gonna be like, do it in 1 minute or something.
さあ、どうするの？ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。
Shion started to apologize like a broken record. She's so stupid and honest. She's not even thinking of cheating. I bet Shion really will count to 1,000. I stabbed Satoko in the wrist. There. Oh no. Oh. I felt something hard. I guess I either crushed her bone or scraped it. It must have been extremely painful for her. I'm gripping my body right now. Satoko screamed. there we go. Yeah, I was. She kind of took the first couple not doing this, and yeah, now it's that's a bit more what I expected. Shion's voice got louder, as if trying to overpower that scream.
泣くのはあんたの専売特許だね。泣けばニーニーが来てくれる。ニーニーがかけてきて私を跳ね飛ばしてあんたを助けてくれるのかな。
The knife was still in Satoko's wrist. I slid it toward her elbow. Oh my god. All right. Okay, listen, I think we've gone 5 chapters, and nothing in this would have got to the level of, you know, child torture simulator that people describe the anime as. No, now we're here. Yep.
サトコ、私の声が聞こえる？聞いてる？
Like this might be going a bit far.
聞けよこら！
I slapped her face several times and made her look at me. It's the fact I have to say I. It's the fact I have to say I'm doing this.
あんたの存在がどれほどにサトシ君を追い詰めていたか。そう。あんたはニーニーって泣けばよかった。泣きさえすればいつもサトシ君がかばってくれた。でもね、サトシ君の負担ってものを考えたことがある？サトシ君はね、あんたのヒーローでなければ不死身でもない。あんたと同じね。傷つけば血も流れ、痛めばうめく、全く同じ人間なの。
It's just normal man. It's just a normal man.
あんたの代わりに矢面に立ってくれたサトシ君の痛みをあんたは理解していたの？してない。しようとさえしなかった。
It's amazing just how effective knife creates blood.ogg file is, you know?
あんたはサトシ君に甘えてた。サトシ君に寄生していた。
She is a child.
そうさ。サトシ君が傷ついて流すその血を舐めて、お前は生きてきたのさ。
Oh, we might actually be playing Tsukihime.
そんな呪われた身でありながら、この後に及んでまだサトシ君の名を呼ぶのか。あんたはその罪を今から償うのさ。私の手によってね、好きなだけ泣き叫べばいい。そしていくら泣いてもサトシ君が助けに来てくれないことを知るがいい。そう、お前が追い詰めた、お前がいなくした、お前がサトシ君を殺してしまったんだ。
Ha! 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 After telling her all I'd been wanting to, I exhaled roughly.
どうしたよ。右腕はもう感覚がない。じゃあ左腕にするか。
Oh yeah, we're just going, huh? Okay, we're just going. I stabbed her left arm repeatedly, and her blood flowed out. But Satoko's reactions weren't fun anymore. She didn't cry or scream like she did before. Yeah, maybe because she's in shock. Great, awesome. I love reading words. That put me in a bad mood, yeah, just like reading this. So I stabbed the back of her left hand and twisted the knife again. But Satoko still just moaned. She didn't scream
どう
anymore.
したの？叫ぶと私を喜ばすと思って、せめて悲鳴を絞って抵抗ってわけ。そりゃいいや。
Satoko was unfazed by my mad laughter. She looked at me with gritted teeth and resignation.
ええ、私もそう思ってましたのよ。
は？
私がニーニーを追い詰めたから
Oh,
いなくなってしまった。
okay, we're getting this here too? Okay.
ニーニーがいなくなったその日にもう気づいてましたのよ。私が甘えていた。ニーニーのすねをかじり続けてしまった。ニーニーも辛かったはずなのに、私は ニーニーにすがることをやめられなかった。その点につきましては、弁解の余地なんてありませんでしたよ。
Satoko didn't sound as if she was mocking me or trying to please me. She spoke naturally, which is crazy for someone who is this brutalized.
ちょっと意外だね。あんたが自分の罪に自覚があったとはね。
ニーニーはきっと帰ってきてくれる。
Well, we don't actually, because we never went down the well. There's entirely the chance that he's not there, or if he did, he crawled out.
いつかきっと帰ってくるんですの。でもね、帰ってきたら私もう一人前になっているところを見せるんですのよ。私もうニーニーに甘えない、背中に隠れたりしない、しっかりした一人前になったことを教えてあげるんですの。
This is interesting. This is quite a different take that we saw from her chapter, right? Like, Satoko's chapter, she almost regrets because of our actions, you know? Where here it's, no, I'm going to become independent. I won't need him, you know?
帰ってきたらいいね。帰ってきたら。
I stabbed Satoko's arm in a mad frenzy. But she still didn't even scream. She bit down tightly and swallowed her pain instead.
ニーニーはきっと帰ってきてくれますの。絶対に帰ってきてくれますの。それまで待ってるんですのよ。そしてニーニーに今まで甘えてきて本当にごめんなさいって謝るんですの。それまで負けるものか。
Wow.
負けるものか。
Wow. That's I take back taking back her being strong here. That's crazy.
もう私は絶対にニーニーに甘えたりしないの。どんな苦難にもニーニーの助けを呼ばない。呼ばない。泣かない。叫ばない。泣いたらニーニーが来てしまう。だから私は一人で耐えてみせるんですのよ。
上等抜かすな小娘が。
私をいじめて楽しいならいくらでもお楽しみ遊ばせ。でもね、それで私がニーニーに助けを求めたりするのを期待しているんでしたらお気の毒ですわね。私は泣かないんだから、絶対に。
Wow.
疑うなら好きなだけ試してみろ。ニーニーは見ててくれる。私が本当に我慢強くなって一人前になったことを見ててくれる。私が泣き虫じゃなくなったことを見ていてくれる。
Nini's watching me. That's also interesting.
それをニーニーが見届けてくれたとき、きっとニーニーは帰ってきてくれるんですのよ。さあ、いくらでも試してみろ。私は泣かない。涙も見せない。北条聡子がどれほどの強さを持つか試してみろ。
Damn. Shit. I'll show her. Take that and that and that.
見てますわよね。聡子は
Oh my
こんな
god.
にも我慢強くなったんですのよ。もう何が起こってもへこ
Oh
た
my
れ
god, I
ませ
might
ん。
cry.
こんなことこの程度で、こんなくらいで私は泣かない。
Not me.
助けを呼ばない。耐えられる。耐えてみせる。ニーニーが私に代わって傷ついてくれた痛みにはこんなのはるかに及ばないんだから。
Why doesn't she feel the pain? Doesn't it hurt? There's no way it doesn't. I've been stabbing her so much and the knife went in so deep. Her blood is poured to the ground, and I've been turning her flesh inside out. How can she still talk that way? Why doesn't she cry and scream? After Satoko said what she wanted to say, she shut her mouth. She didn't say a word after that. No matter how much I stabbed her, twisted the knife, tore at her, ripped out her flesh, she didn't even make a sound. What in the world is this? This isn't the Satoko I know. You didn't know her, though. Satoko was never as strong as this. You're fighting the Satoko in your head. You're fighting the Satoko you see in one-day increments at your school. That's you didn't know her. If Satoko was this strong, she wouldn't have been a burden to Satoshi-kun. Why wasn't she as strong before? It's too late. Everything is too late. This idiot's maturity came far too late. Her blood made my hands slippery and I dropped the knife. I was covered in blood from head to toe. Satoko was still enduring the pain. She was enduring this cruelty so she could display her strength. I couldn't defeat Satoko. I couldn't crush her strength. Satoko had achieved her goal. She had become independent so she didn't need Satoshi-kun anymore. She still believes Satoshi-kun will come back one day. She looks forward to a day when she can show her brother how strong she had become. But Satoshi-kun hasn't seen any of that. Instead, I, who never even thought that Satoshi-kun would come back, was the one who witnessed her strength. What was I thinking? I thought Satoshi-kun was dead. No, I assumed he was. Why did I? I never even thought of waiting for him. I didn't believe he would come back. I didn't wait. I tried to avenge him. But I guess what I really did was forget about him. Satoko is different. She never even thought he was dead. No, maybe she did a little. But even so, she waited. She waited for a day when she could show him how much she'd grown. She waited patiently. What about me? I didn't do anything. I wanted to forget about my sadness, so I tried to find my enemy. I became a demon using revenge as an excuse that I didn't have to think like a human. I lost. I couldn't endure the pain of waiting for Satoshi-kun. So I chose to become a demon. In other words, I got rid of my soul. The soul that loved Satoshi-kun. In other words, I got rid of Satoshi-kun himself. Satoko won. Well, she had been gritting her teeth before her mouth had gone slack. Her eyelids were half shut, but I could see her eyes a little. Oh. I don't know if I can read these words. They looked like she was dreaming about something happy. No, you can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me right now. You can't do this to me. I'm not in a good headspace right now. Okay. It's a good thing I don't have my VTuber hooked up to detect when I'm crying. Satoshi-kun was there in her eyes. Satoko endured until Satoshi-kun came for her. Satoko ran up to Satoshi-kun. She jumped onto him. Satoshi-kun hugged her, and they spun around. Thanks for giving me permission, game. I need that. You can cry now. Satoshi-kun told Satoko that, and she cried very hard. Satoshi-kun rubbed her head so gently. We'll be together forever, he said, and continued to rub her head so gently. So gently. Satoshi-kun, I was waiting for you too. What meaningless words. He was already dead inside of me. I never believed in our reunion. How pitiful of me to say that. Just because I saw Satoko and Satoshi-kun together again. As Satoshi-kun hugged Satoko, his eyes met mine. Shion, Satoshi-kun said, I asked you a favor. Oh, what favor? I tried to remember. What kind of favor did Satoshi-kun ask me? Satoshi-kun looked at me sadly because I couldn't remember. And because this is in her mind, she won't get an answer. That sad look tore my heart to shreds. The blood flowing out from me wasn't as pretty as Satoko's blood. My blood was a slimy liquid like vomit with filthy chunks of food in it. That was what filled my body.
たたりだろうと、この村の何者かの陰謀だろうと。
Okay. I needed that. I should have wiped my eyes first before I blew my nose. Gross. Okay, let's grab another one to wipe my eyes. Gross. I did that in the wrong order. Okay, there we go. All right.
僕は絶対に消えない。消されない。
消えないよ、サトシ君は。
消えないよ、サトコに。あのぬいぐるみを買ってやるまではね。もうすぐお給料がもらえることになってる。その日までは絶対に消えない。
Huh? A memory of the past, but when? Oh, of course. It's the memory of the day before last year's Watanagashi. Satoshi-kun called me on the phone then.
おばさんが帰ってきたからもう切るよ。
うん。
ミオン。
何？
Oh, and that hits even harder because that is her real name. His aunt was home, so I'm sure he wanted to hang up as quickly as possible. Satoshi-kun paused and spoke.
サトコのこと
Yep.
頼むからね。
Yep. Oh my god. My knees and elbows started to shake. My teeth chattered and my fingers were shivering. Satoshi-kun asked me to... Yeah, me IRL, me for real. What have I done? I couldn't wait for Satoshi-kun to come back, so I filled myself with evil thoughts and acted as I pleased. I didn't believe he'd ever return. I even forgot about Satoshi-kun's last request. How can I say I love him? I just wanted to forget about my feelings of loss, so I made myself all bloody. How can I welcome him back now? I didn't believe Satoshi-kun would come back. I didn't believe Satoshi-kun was alive. I didn't think he was alive, so I thought he was dead. I believed in his death. I killed him in myself. Nobody else did. I did that. But Satoko believed until the very end. And she was rewarded in her final moments. Satoko wasn't here anymore. She had no more need for her bloody, painful shell. I'm still here, trapped in my bloody, tainted flesh. I'm going to rot inside of it. Satoshi-kun was waiting for both Satoko and me. But to be reunited with Satoshi-kun, we had to keep our promises. Satoko's promise was to be strong. Satoko kept that promise until the bitter end. And Satoshi-kun embraced her. My promise was to take care of Satoko for Satoshi-kun. I never kept that promise from the beginning. Therefore, Satoshi-kun will never embrace me. Even if I were to rub Satoko's wounds and ask her if they hurt, that wouldn't mean anything. That was when I felt something behind me. It wasn't Satoshi-kun or the thing that scared me before. I didn't know who it was. But it was right there, criticizing me for my mistakes. Then I finally realized it. That thing is me. I had always been there, standing behind myself and watching me break that promise. Satoshi-kun asked me to take care of Satoko, yet I didn't keep that promise. I had been watching that happen. I cried and gave up on myself. Wait, Satoshi-kun gave up on me and I gave up on myself. What will happen to me now? I don't want to be in this darkness. I don't want to be all bloody. Please don't leave me. If I give up on myself, what will happen to my body? There will be nothing left. The only thing I'll have left in me is an evil demon. I get it. I've known it for a long time now. I am nothing but a demon. A demon doesn't feel sad. A demon's heart can never be in pain. A demon doesn't cry. Shion was still apologizing. She believed that was the only way for her to save Satoko. Her voice was growing hoarse and weak.
もう数えなくていいよ。ご苦労さん。
I guess she realized what happened to Satoko. Shion cried in her cell.
鬼ってのも悪くないね。人が泣いたり叫んだりするのを見るのがこんなにも楽しいものだなんて知らなかったよ。私も人の世ってやつを十分に楽しませてもらったからね。そのうち自らの命を絶って鬼の国へ帰らせてもらうよ。でも安心しな。その前にちゃんとあんたは殺していく。あんたを殺すために今があるんだもの。人を嘆かせて泣き声をすするのが私の鬼の優越だもんね。そうだ。あんたはケイちゃんが好きだったね。
Oh. So then I was wondering how this will come up. And so this is going to be used as because she was the one who came up with that whole thing of, oh, the demons, they'll kill everyone around you first to make it work. Oh, God, right.
よし。あんたの前でケイちゃんを引き裂いてあげるよ。
Okay, great.
これは極めつきだね。その後にあんたを殺し、私も殺そう。そうさ。鬼ヶ淵村は鬼の村。かつて鬼ヶ淵より湧き出した鬼が村を襲った伝承のある村。私もまた伝承の鬼たちのように猛威を振るい、そしてお社様の裁きを待とう。それでこそひなみ沢村にふさわしい災禍と言えるだろうね。
Did you just kick the body?
ケイちゃんですか？
Oh my God, you bitch. Just the way she can switch. Oh my God.
私です。シオンです。電
Oh.
話なかなか出なかったんで、お留守かと思って切ろうとしてたんですよ。
ごめん。ちょっとお風呂に入っててさ。
それでもご家族の方が電話を取りませんか？ひょっとしてケイちゃんの家、今ご両親はお留守なんですか？
いや別に留守ってわけじゃ。そんなことより。
And it's funny because we were like suspicious at this time of like, oh God, what if she calls and my family's not there? And yeah, no, you were kind of in the right for that.
聞いたか？リカちゃんとサトコの件。
いえ、結局あの後どうなったんですか？見つかったんですか？
見つからなかった。
ケイちゃん、どうか気を落とさないで。
リカちゃんとサトコはさらわれたんだよな。
はい、それは間違いないでしょうね。
リカちゃんとサトコは。いや、ごめん。村長さんはさらわれてどうなったと思う？まだ生きてるんだろうか？
Keiichi sounded confused. He wanted to believe Satoko and Rika were still alive, which was why he was asking. Keiichi was just like Satoko. Unless the culprit was after money, the abductee would usually get killed right away. I'd never assumed they'd still be alive. But Keiichi was trying to hold on to a little hope. I could feel his strength. It was much greater than mine. I'm a demon, so I didn't come up with an excuse.
殺されちゃったんだと思います。
おいおい、そんなにあっさり。
人間をさらってその状態を維持するのってとても大変なことだと思います。 人質にするんでもない限り、用が済んだら殺しちゃうのが一番合理的じゃないかと。
殺しちゃうって、そんなにあっさり。人の命を何だと思ってやがるんだ。
恐ろしいことだとは思いますが、多分そうではないかと。
村長が殺されたということは、リカちゃんやサトコも同じように殺されたかもしれないということなのか。いや、そんなはずは。どっかのじじいとはわけが違うぞ。
I mean, he wasn't really a random old man either. I would say the mayor and one of the three family heads is not a random old man, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
リカちゃんだぞ。サトコだぞ。そんなにあっさりと殺すはずは。
Keiichi was still refusing to believe what I said. I need to sit up here. He fought so hard because he didn't want to kill his friends within him. I wasn't like that. I killed Satoshi-kun within me so easily. I blamed Shion for not protecting Satoshi-kun, but I killed him so easily.
リカちゃんとサトコちゃんも同じだと思った方がいいでしょうね。
Keiichi roared and cried. It was like their deaths were physically agonizing to him.
どうしてだよ。
Well, because remember, he thinks that this all started because of him.
どうして人をさらったり殺したりするんだよ。たたりだかなんだか知らないが、人の命ってのはそんなに安いのかよ。あっさり消したり殺したり。
ええ、全くです。悪魔ですよね。
Oh my god. I laughed at myself. I was sure Keiichi didn't
な
notice.
あ、シオ、教えてくれ。どうしてこのひなみ沢では綿流しの夜に人が死ななければならないことになってしまったんだ。
それは私が知りたいです。
もうダム計画との戦いは終わったんだぞ。なのにどうしてまだたたり足りないんだ。どうしてだよ。どうして。理由があるなら言ってみろよ。
ケイちゃんの気持ち、私もよくわかります。ダム闘争はとっくの昔に終わったんです。なのに毎年お社様のたたりという名の殺人と失踪が繰り返されている。なぜ？どうしてなんですか？全然関係ない人もいた。たたられるのに不相応な人だっていたのに、どうして？
I do wonder if this dialogue was re-recorded, or if this is the original dialogue we heard over the phone. It's probably re-recorded. Because there is like nuance to the voice.
どうして？
それを俺が聞いてるんだ。
それを私だって知りたいんですよ。
Of course, the curse of Oyashiro-sama never existed. It was just the bizarre environment that allowed people to kill in the name of Oyashiro-sama. The environment and nothing more. Nothing would have happened unless there were demons who danced within
いい
it.
ですか？お社様のたたりなんて非現実的なものは初めから存在しません。ケイちゃんの言う通り、村の何者かがお社様のたたりというもっともらしい大義名分を利用して綿流しのたびに殺しと失踪を繰り返しているんです。奴らは狡猾でした。たたりを都合よく利用して村の旧敵を毎年2人ずつ消し去るシステムを構築していったんです。そしてこのシステムで今年は高野さんたちが殺された。
じゃあ2人で十分じゃねえかよ。どうして村長やリカちゃんやサトコまで殺されなくちゃならないんだよ。それに俺は過去のことは今さらどうでもいいんだ。リカちゃんとサトコがなぜ殺されなくちゃならなかったのか。どうしてなんだ。サトコには打ち明けですらないんだぞ。どうしてサトコまで。どうしてなんだ。
Satoshi-kun was speaking through Keiichi's mouth. How could I respond? I didn't know what to say. I could only feel myself being stabbed by the sharpness of those words.
ケイちゃん、もういじめないでください。私だって何が何だかわからないんです。西宮殿に忍び込んだあの晩から全てが変わってしまった。 あの晩高野さんたちが死んだと聞き、耳を疑いました。そしてすぐに気づいたんです。今度は自分が狙われる立場になったんだって。忍び込んだのは私たち4人。私とケイちゃんだけが都合よく許してもらえるわけがない。そう思った時、それがどれだけ心細くて恐ろしいことだったか、ケイちゃんにはわかりますよね。だから私、君吉のおじいちゃんに打ち明けたんです。君吉のおじいちゃん、怒らなかった。そしてにっこり笑って、しおんちゃんがちゃんと反省してるなら鬼隠しになんかなるものかって、本当に笑いながら任せなさいって。
I remembered Uncle Kimiyoshi speaking ill of Satoshi-kun. I killed him, but everyone in Hinamizawa did that. I wasn't the only one at fault.
村長に打ち明けたんだよ。ごめんな、シオン。悲しい気持ちのところに追い打ちをかけるようで、シオンは打ち明けたんだよな。君吉のおじいちゃん、つまり村長に。
はい。
いつ打ち明けたんだよ。
Keiichi's tone was becoming sharper. That edge was cruel, but it was a sharp conviction. It wasn't a dull edge that caused excessive pain. It had a clean, pleasant sharpness to it.
村長さんは重い痔を患ってて、病院にかかっていたという話は知ってるか？
ケイちゃん、それが何か。
答えてくれ。知らないなら知らないと答えればいい。
痔だったのは知ってます。座る時とか辛そうでしたから。
病院に通ってたんだ。どこの病院かは知ってるよな。
I don't even remember this from the original. I do not remember the hemorrhoid
ごめんな
plotline.
さい。それはちょっと知りませんけど。でもケイちゃん、それが一体何の。
担当直入に聞きたいんだ。シオンはいつ村長に打ち明けたんだ。どこで、いつ、大雑把でいいから教えてほしいんだ。
ケイちゃん、なんでそんなことを。
Very good, Keiichi Maibara. You know who I am, don't you?
ありえないんだよ。
Right, this was how we start. Right. This is how we were kind of figuring out there who we were talking to.
村長が失踪した日、朝から消えるまで、シオンには接触できる機会はありえないんだ。
そんな。
村長は朝一で誰にも内緒の大学病院へ一人で診察に出かけた。シオンは今この病院を知らないと言った。だから帰ってくるまで村長と接触することはそうだろう。帰りの電車が事故で遅れたので、自宅に帰ってきたのは会合の始まる直前だった。つまり会合が始まるまでの時間にも打ち明ける時間的余裕はないんだ。シオンも一緒に会合に出たのか、そして会合の席上で打ち明けたのか。ここで打ち明けなきゃもう時間がないもんな。会合が終わった後、村長は帰宅途中で失踪するんだから。
実は会合にで。
あの日、シオンが行くと言ったバイトすら。
I forgot that we were like sleuthing it on the other side too. Man, this is so cool. The whole double side thing.
もっと端的に言おう。君は俺と一緒に行った図書館以降、誰にも。
ケイちゃん、
And even just changing the music changes the tone a lot.
その先シオンは綿流しの翌日に失踪したんだ。
Bingo, Kei-chan. I'm
大
impressed.
石さんは君がすでに失踪していると言っているんだ。でもシオンはこうして毎晩俺に電話をかけてきてくれただろう。頼むシオン、俺が言ったことが間違ってるならそうだと言ってくれ。シオン、頼むから。
Corner me even further. Corner me so the demon inside can't come up with excuses, so that it can't escape. And here comes the laughter.
シオン、お前は村長に会ってなんかないんだ。もし会ったとしたなら。
The only time I could possibly have seen him on that day
村
was...
長が会合を終えた後、すなわち失踪する直前、もしくは失踪してからしかありえないんだ。
There we go. And then we thought it was Mion here, but it's really Shion. But it's actually Mion! Click. I screeched and screeched with laughter, then slammed down the phone. Very good, Kei-chan. That's right, it's me. I'm the one. Hurry and corner me. Hurry, let me be free. Was he going to tell the police, or was he going to come here by himself? I wondered which it would be. If the police came, I'd struggle as much as I was able. I'd see how good Oishi would be at catching a demon. If Kei-chan came here alone, well, that wouldn't be smart of him. He couldn't complain about being eaten by a demon then. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him gruesomely while Shion watches. Therefore, Kei-chan, you shouldn't hold back. I only ever thought you were just a funny little guy. I never thought I could expect so much from you. I need a friggin' drink right now. Holy crap. God bless my Calpis, which is a carbonated milk beverage. It tastes like pilk. Took them a long time to come, for me. Oh, wait, are we just skipping everything? I had to wait until the following morning. Wait. I opened the gate without checking who was ringing the doorbell. I didn't even care who it was. If it was the police, that'd be fine with me. If it was Kei-chan, could he defeat me? Kate? Oh. No, this is where we have the sit-down talk, right? Keiichi and Rena were
こ
there.
んな時間に珍しいね。二人とも学校は？
学校は休んだよ。
And this just raises so many more questions about what's up with Rena. So many more.
ケイちゃんはともかく、レナも？二人とも不良なんだからな。
I laughed.
立ち話もなんでしょ？入りなよ。
I didn't think Rena would come. I thought it'd be either the police or Kei-chan alone. I'll try tricking Kei-chan into coming with me to the underground storehouse. Rena, why don't you try to figure out what I'm attempting to do and stop me? You too, Kei-chan. If you figured out I was Shion, why don't you try to figure out the rest? I will act like a demon. I will struggle until the very last moment. So don't hold back. Please don't hesitate to kill a filthy demon like me.
ミオン、まず謝ることがある。
ケイちゃんが？何を？
綿流しの晩、俺は神社の祭具殿に入ったんだ。
God, this is so crazy being on this other side. Because, like, and we have the perspective of, well, yeah. And also, you're correct for calling me Mio. I didn't expect this to start with an apology. Okay, so he admitted his sin of entering the ritual storehouse. I guess that was manly of him. I don't even care if the ritual storehouse is forbidden anymore. Whatever. That rule came from those who believed it was even a sacred place at all.
ミオン、おとといリカちゃんとサトコを呼んだろ。
覚えはないけど、そう思うに足る根拠があるなら聞かせてもらえる？
夕方過ぎのお夕食前の時間、リカちゃんが来たはずだよ。お醤油の大瓶を持ってお裾分けしてもらいに。
Rena spoke with confidence. She wasn't even trying to gauge my reaction. She was simply telling the truth. That cleverness was pleasant to see.
どうしてそう思う？
そんなに難しい話じゃない。みーちゃんも見たでしょ、リカちゃんの部屋。
冷や
ややっこがあるのに お醤油がなかった。そして流しの下にあるはずの醤油の大瓶も瓶ごとなかった。
何それ、それが私のとこへ来る理由になるわけ？
Rena sure is sharp. I tried to beat around the bush, but she was confident in her conclusions. She was cornering me. She was doing such a great job, too. Really put me at ease. Okay, Demon. Rena knows what she's talking about. What kind of excuse are you going to come up with now? Okay, so I've noticed it this entire chapter, and even a bit the previous, chapters, I mean, Meakashi chapters. She's totally just not in control of her body. And again, that kind of goes with that whole, multiple personality sort of thing going
長く
on,
なるから
right?
説明は省くけど、冷蔵庫の中身がみーちゃんの呼び出した話の内容まで如実に物語っちゃってるの。
It's interesting. There it is. This game is over. Rena, I was right about you. I don't like you. You really are just too sharp. Shion is so obtuse she never even recognized this side of you.
これはとんだ名探偵が身近にいたもんだよ。まさか冷蔵庫の中身だけで電話の内容まで見破るとは。参ったな。参った参った。
And again, just the idea that, from their side, it was probably playing scary music now. But from us, it's playing, tragic music. I laughed like crazy. I laughed because I was having so much fun. I sensed the poison inside my stomach dissipating, and felt free and refreshed.
ミオ、警察はもうとっくにお前を疑ってるんだ。この家も大石さんの部下が踏み込もうと今も様子を伺ってる。
Kei-chan was threatening me. He was telling me I couldn't run or resist, so I should just surrender and accept my fate. You aren't doing that intensely enough, Kei-chan. Shouldn't you grab my collar and knock me to the ground? Today is the day I'm prepared to die. After that, they went easy. Because they wanted to know the reason why Mion committed such crimes. You're all being too lenient about this. I'm a demon. I'm a murderer. Are you saying that if you can understand the reasoning, murder is okay? A demon is a demon. A murderer is a murderer. Whether their motive is to have fun, to live, or to take revenge, that makes no difference. Why do you even want to know that? Why don't you just tackle me and take me to the police? Look there. The demon is trying to deceive you.
初めてご挨拶申し上げます。園崎本家当主跡継ぎミオンでございます。
This is technically not a lie. She is Mion. And she was the original successor of the family.
本日はようこそ園崎
But
本家
this
に
is
おいで
not
く
the
ださい
Mion
ま
that
し
is
た。
her friend.
当主お領に代わりまして皆様におかれましてはいろいろお尋ねになりたいことがおありの様子。
Again, this whole time, this whole time, with Oryu being unseen for the entire rest of this chapter, I was almost certain that this Mion had killed her, right?
私にお話しできることでしたら
But not
包み隠さずお話ししたいと存じま
Mion,
す。
but the old Mion. God, that's confusing. Can we just give them 2 new names? That'd be cool. Can we just give them 2 brand new names and go with that from now on? I then told them about the strange events that led to Onigifuchi village becoming Hinamizawa, which Takano-san had told me about before. About half of it was the truth. She made this shit up? Wait, no, wait. You mean wait. Do you mean the plot dump that you did was fake? Wait. Hold the phone. Do you mean the whole thing about her, cause this is where she ranted on about, the cutting up people and putting them into cans. Are you saying she made that shit up? Oh my god. What do you mean you just made that shit up? I'm dying. I internalized that, and now it's just nothing. She just made that up probably because she doesn't like eating canned food. I thought she didn't like canned food because of the human eating thing. But is it actually the other way around? Does she just not like canned food? And then she's like, yeah, well, I was lore dumping. I made up some shit about, yeah, they turn people into food here and ate them. I just made it sound like it was only natural that their best friend committed such a gruesome crime. I'm dying. So that half of that was just fake. Keiichi and Reno were both overwhelmed by the history of Onikafuchi village, which was swallowed by this gloomy fate. That is the most insane thing I've ever heard in a game. Oh well, guess I made it sound interesting enough. I'm sure they enjoyed hearing me tell the story. But you know, I'm the one who committed the incidents that happened in the present time. What was the point in listening to those old folk tales? Are they thinking it will make your best friend's crime easier to swallow? You're just trying to satisfy yourselves. I'm a demon. I'm a murderer. I've sinned. These old folk tales have nothing to do with the crimes I've committed. The way those two listened to me so intently almost made it fun. I told them that people used to make canned human meat and conducted gruesome research during the war. Oh. Oh, no, wait. That's true! Okay. Those were things Takano-san told me. Okay. Alright. Okay, that's still true. Maybe. It's from Takano, though. What? And, okay, are we gonna go and play episode Takano in the future? And it's gonna be like, yeah, I made that shit up and told Shion that just to fuck with her. I would die. What, like... What? I've heard of, okay. There's unreliable narrators, but I've never experienced multiple unreliable narrators unreliably informing each other. I think that this game is brilliant. Holy crap. Oh my god. Hey, you two. Haven't you realized yet? Haven't you realized what I'm talking about has nothing to do with what we're dealing with right now? And so the funny thing is, like, I saw people complaining about this, and I, like in my comments, right? And I wonder, is this in response to, I bit my tongue. I'm getting hyped up. I'm getting riled up. I bit my tongue. Is this in response to feedback? Like, did Ryukishi hear this? And then go like, well, now I'll just say. Like, it was intentional that they were having these discussions when there's better stuff to be doing. You both look so serious. You two are such fools.
南沢村を再び鬼ヶ淵村のように崇められるに足る神聖な存在に、それが我ら鬼ヶ淵村の末裔の悲願であり、園崎本家の鬼を継ぐ者の宿命なのです。
Like, just the idea that she's just saying all this and she's like, yeah, I just want to fuck with them. That's... I can't...
鬼を継ぐ者。
我が園崎本家は代々当主の名に鬼の一字を加える習慣があるのです。私の名前を手のひらにでも書いていただければ一目瞭然かと。
Keiichi tried to write Mion on his palm. It took him a couple tries.
本当だ。鬼という文字が含まれてる。
名前だけではありませんよ。この体にも鬼が刻まれているのです。
I stood up and made to show my bare back, but you don't have it. Yeah, of course I don't actually have a tattoo there.
いいよみーちゃん。
Oh my god. You called her bluff.
見せる必要なんて全然ない。
That or do you know? Do you know?
ありがとう。
I laughed a little. They must really believe I'm their best friend Mion. Or Rena knows that that's not the case. My goodness, the demon has won already. They were doing so well at the beginning too. I eventually sat back down after I finished telling my made-up tearjerker stories. Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh my god. This is insane. It's your loss if you all shed any tears now. I looked at Keiichi. He wasn't crying, but he was overcome by emotion. I looked at Rena. Surprisingly, she still maintained an aggressive look, showing me her will to fight.
でもみーちゃんはリカちゃんとサトコちゃんを殺したんだよね。
You're good, Rena. You know what I told you isn't an excuse for murder. You usually act like a goofball, but that's not how you really are. You sure are something. You're far sharper than Shion.
他の人のことは殺してもいいとも言わないよ。でもとにかくみーちゃんはリカちゃんとサトコちゃんを。
弁解はしないよ。私には鬼が宿ってる。名前にも体にも心にも。
And again, these are true things.
でも手を下したのは鬼じゃない。園崎ミオン。私本人。ミオンが望んだからリカちゃんとサトコが死んだ。それは変わらない。レナの言う通りだよ。
Come on, Rena. Try to figure out who I really am. You still believe Shion, my victim, is the real culprit. Poor Shion. I'm making Rena believe you're responsible. That was it for Rena, though. She couldn't figure out I was Mion.
自首しよう。
Rena spoke to Mion.
私たちも一緒に行くよ。親友を一人きりになんか絶対にしない。
泣くことレナには勝てないわ。
Too bad, Rena. I've
自分
won.
で自分の罪どのくらいになるかよくわかってる。たとえ自首が認められても多分もうここに帰ってくることもないと思う。だから最後にわがままを聞いてほしいな。
何かな。
30分でいいからケイちゃんと二人きりにしてほしい。
Oh, this is so cruel again. And especially because she basically wants just to use this as a chance to do the murder-suicide. Keiichi looked startled to suddenly hear his name. You're so insensitive, Keiichi. That's what made my sister cry.
ケイチくんどうかな。ケイチくんが嫌なら無理にとは言えない。
そうだね。嫌ならそれでもいいよ。私は鬼だもの。ケイちゃんはよそから引っ越してきた正真正銘の人間。相入れることなんてお社様が実在して仲介してくれない限り絶対にない。
Keiichi hesitated a little. Come on, Kei-chan, condemn me. Condemn me and tell me you'd never go.
ああ、いいぜ。
ありがとう。
Fool.
私からもありがとうを言うよ。ケイチくん。
Rena stood up. As promised, she made to leave.
あ、いいよレナ。ここで待っててくれれば。ケイちゃんとは庭をぐるりと回りたいだけだから、退屈だったら私の部屋へ行けばいい。漫画とか好きに読んでていいよ。あ、なんだったらお気に入りの単行本丸ごと持ってってもいい。
And the shitty thing is, it's not even your manga. You're doing this just to mess with your sister one more time.
嫌だよ。みーちゃんの本はみーちゃんのものだもの。
Even okay. No, I think she knows. No, I think she knows. Because this phrase here, Mi-chan's books belong to Mi-chan. She's not talking about us. She's talking about her actual friend. I think she knows. I think she knows.
勝手にレナの家に持って帰れない。
That's her being like, hey, don't just say to steal, your sister's stuff.
あんたは
That's at least what I
こん
feel.
な時に限っていい子なんだから。
I took Rena's head and rubbed it like Satoshi-kun used to do to me.
じゃあ行こう。
She's still pissed,
ケイちゃん。
right? The game was over. Too bad, Rena. At least this was more fun than if Kei-chan came alone. If he did, he could have asked me to run away with him after hearing my stories. Rena's eyes were like those of a judge. In those eyes, I sensed both affection and observance. I said 30 minutes, so she would probably wait only 30 minutes. If I took even a second longer, she'd call Oishi. I'm a little disappointed. Rena still thinks I'm Mion. She didn't manage to see through me. I don't know. I thought someone like her would see the demon in me. I guess I was wrong. Too bad. Keiichi followed me after putting his shoes
腕
on.
組んでもいいかな。
Such a humble request.
別に構わないぞ。
I took Keiichi's arm. It was as warm as Satoshi-kun's. I felt a little bewildered.
私に腕を組まれたらなんだか緊張しちゃわない？例えば急に関節技を決められちゃうんじゃないかななんて思ったりとか。
姉妹揃って同じことを言うんだな。思わないよ。全然。
He was remembering the time when I'd held his arm in town.
シオンもケイちゃんのことが好きだったみたい。
そうなんだ。
Oh my god, that line has so much meaning. I told him how my sister felt, but it means Mion. This is killing me. This is killing me. The twists on the name this might be one of the tightest written games I've ever played. Shion was with Satoshi-kun for a long time. What they had was friendship. They never had anything more than that. That was why she fell in love with Keiichi. If I were in her position, I would have also fallen in love with him. If Shion was able to fall in love with him, then I could fall in love with him too. Keiichi smiled gently. I almost saw Satoshi-kun in that smile. The Keiichi I knew was worthless and superficial. I never realized he could smile like Satoshi-kun.
ミオンとシオンは仲は良かったんだろ？
さあどうかな。ケイちゃんは自分の右手と左手は仲がいいと思う？
え？右手と左手？それは仲がいいとか悪いとか、そういう言い方で例えるものじゃないな。
そういう関係だから仲がいいとか悪いとかそういう尺度では測れない関係。
We've been together since we were born. We've been living in this world as a pair. But I was Mion and she was Shion. Mion was treated specially, and I insisted on being her. Of course, that was unpleasant for Shion. Deciding to be fair, we switched places all the time. We were probably different from other identical twins. We didn't only like the same things or do things the same way. We even managed to share our knowledge and experiences. When we talked about our experiences, we could share them. As Mion and Shion, we shared everything. That was why each of us was both Mion and Shion at the same time. No, maybe Shion was the only one who thought that way. I was a little different than that. I was simply letting Shion be Mion once in a while. I was Mion, the successor to the Sonozaki family. I was supposed to be treated specially. I always thought that was my privilege. Just like everyone tried to distinguish between Mion and Shion, I also tried to distinguish between us.
例えば利き腕というものがあるように
Oh god, what a
右
good
手と左
metaphor.
手には間違いなく
At the
優
end of
劣
the
の
day,
違い
your
がある。
hands, there will always be the dominant one.
もしも鍋つかみが片方しかなかったら迷うことなく利き腕にするでしょ。そういう差はあったんじゃないかと思う。だからといって左手がなくなったっていいなんて思う人は誰もいないはず。そんなよくわからない関係だね。
それは近くにいすぎるから見えなくなっているだけで、きっととても仲のいいことなんだと思う。俺は一人っ子だから、祭りの前日ミオンとシオンが二人してじゃれ合っているのをすごく羨ましいと思った。
ないものねだりじゃないの。双子なんて昔は人をからかったりしてそこそこに面白かったけど、こうして互いがはっきりと異なる個性を持った今ではかえって邪魔なだけ。
As an older sister, I felt I was mean for thinking that way. So as punishment, I became Shion. Who am I? I never had a solid identity in the first place. I was Mion, then I was Shion. I should have just accepted that. But something has changed. I don't even know if I'm Mion or Shion anymore. Had I really been stupid enough to hope that Rena would figure that out for me?
シオンはまだ生きてる。
本当か？
Keiichi looked into my eyes. I nodded quietly.
うん。誰よりもむごたらしい死に方をさせてやろうとずっと考えて閉じ込めておいたけど、 今日までその方法はとうとう思いつかなかった。
You liar. That was a lie. I've already come up with ideas. And I've already begun to execute them. I dumped the hag in the well in front of Shion. I dumped Kimiyoshi and Rika in there. I even killed Satoko too. And right now I'm plotting to kill Keiichi, who Shion fell in love with. I am a demon. Any such gruesome act is simply pleasure to me. That's when I felt a warm hand rubbing my head. It wasn't Satoshi's hand, but Keiichi's. Keiichi and Satoshi-kun are totally different. Why did Shion fall in love with him? His rough hand didn't make me happy. That he understood my feelings was just my imagination. I wasn't happy, and it didn't feel good, it didn't.
私の罪のすべてを見てほしいから。でもそれはケイちゃんにとってこの上なく辛い光景かもしれない。
I'm going to commit my final crime. I'm going to let you see it. I'm going to let Shion see it. When I do, are you still gonna think I'm your best friend? Poor Shion. Kei-chan is gonna die thinking it's you who's killing him.
引き返すなら今だよ。ケイちゃんの中の園崎ミオンがどんな人かは知らないけれど、中に入ればそのミオンはきっと
変わらない。何度だって言う。園崎ミオンは俺の最高の親友だ。
You are such a fool. You don't sound cool at all. I don't understand human feelings because I'm now a demon. But I think I can understand why she loves you. I opened the iron door to the underground storehouse and beckoned Keiichi inside. Come on, Keiichi. This is obviously a trap, don't you see? This basement is transparently suspicious. Don't you think you should run to the police? But Keiichi was reckless. He swallowed and then stepped inside. Huh, you really are a fool. I went down the stairs to the basement and I let him into the torture room. Everyone is shocked their first time visiting this room. I used to be that way. Of course, Keiichi looked surprised too. But he was trying not to show it. Obviously, he wanted to express his shock at seeing this horrifying room. But he also knew that if he voiced that shock, that would be rejecting his best friend who was just trying to confess her sins to him. So he did everything he could to stifle his surprise.
大昔の当主の書き物によるとね、血のしぶきってのは犠牲者に負担をかけない割にはインパクトがあるんだってさ。綿流しは見せしめのショーだったから、私のご先祖様たちは様々なショーを考案してたんだよ。ほら、そこが鑑賞席なんだよ。綿流しは見せしめのショーだから、客がいなきゃ意味がない。
Keiichi smiled quietly as he listened to me. No matter what cruelty came out of my mouth, he would embrace me. Was this really the superficial Keiichi Maibara I knew?
みんなここで私が殺した。見てくれている観客はいなかったけど、私は綿流しを上手にやってみせた。いや、観客は一人だけいたかな。
え？観客？
私という鬼がミオンの執り行う綿流しをずっと見てたから。
This line makes more sense now. I started to laugh. How many hints do you need, Keiichi? When are you gonna figure out I'm not really your best friend? Come on, hurry up. You're running out of time. The game is almost over. This was a game. This was a game of murder. I'd killed people using my revenge for Satoshi-kun as an excuse. The demon was trying to capture Keiichi and kill him before Mion's eyes. But Keiichi had a chance. If he figured out I wasn't his best friend, then he'd win. If not, he was out. When did I come up with that rule? I guess it was sometime today. Or did I come up with it just a minute ago? Since the two of them aren't too bright, I decided to be easy on them, I guess. You are Mion's best friends, right? Don't you believe in her? Have you already made Mion into a murderer within yourselves? Why don't you try to protect the Mion within you? Why don't you try to believe your friend can't be a murderer? If you could believe until the very end, like Satoko did, you would have realized I wasn't Mion, your best friend, but just someone who looks like her. But if you can't, If you can still believe that I'm Mion, then you're just like me. I killed the Satoshi-kun within me so easily, and you will do the same. You don't deserve to live.
向こうが牢屋。
シオンはそこにいるのか？
You're not gonna make it. Once we reach Shion's cell, your time is up. The demon will win.
シオン！シオンか！
ケイちゃん。
ケイちゃんなの？
Keiichi ran to the cell,
大丈夫かシオン！
and then that's why she screamed when she saw him.
怪我はしていないのか？
Yep. That makes sense. Shion screamed. I was standing right behind Keiichi. It was time. All right, didn't we get stun gunned? All right, because when the stun gun was brought up, I'm like, that was brought up at some point earlier, and I forget when. This was now, right. It was time. My preparations to kill the boy she loved was complete. For her, this was going to be the worst possible
落
torture.
ち着けシオン。もう全部終わったんだ。全部。
Keiichi tried to quell Shion's distress by talking to her in a calm voice. It was such a funny sight. Keiichi was the only one who had no idea what was going on.
シオン、ご機嫌はいかがだった？
もう誰の死を見るのも嫌。私が憎いなら早く私を殺してよ。憎いのは私なんでしょ。早く殺して。
落ち着けってシオン。
This is one of the greatest stories of all time. This is incredible. How the hell did they do it? It's like that poem that you read it forwards and read it backwards, and it makes sense both ways. That's what this is. This is that. This is that exact idea. You play it the one way, and it makes sense as a story. You play it the opposite way, and it makes more sense the opposite way. What the frick?
もう終わったんだよ。大丈夫なんだ。だから落ち着け。
安心しなよ。あんたは殺さない。まだまだ殺さないんだから。
It's game over. I gave you enough chances. You cornered me quite well once, but that was it. You couldn't figure out that I'm not your best friend Mion. You couldn't believe that Mion isn't a murderer.
やめて。ケイちゃんを殺さないで。ケイちゃんは何の関係もないでしょ。殺すなら早く私を殺してよ。もう誰が死ぬのも。
そんなに死にたければ、この男を殺した後にゆっくりとひき肉にしてやるよ。古式にのっとり、獅子の先端から少しずつガリゴリと削ってミンチにしてやる。あの肉引き器はあんたのために取っておいてあるんだからね。それともそれでケイちゃんをミンチにしてみせた方があんたには面白いかな。
おい、いい加減にしろ。今さら怖がらせてどうするんだよ。
ケイちゃん逃げて。
We just thought she was hysterical. We thought that was just a hysterical Shion, but it is a fully justified Mion. Here you are, demon. Go ahead and take my soul. I've been living my life to avenge Satoshi-kun, but that wasn't what he wanted from me. That was just for my own satisfaction. I couldn't even face Satoshi-kun, so I'll bring this to an end in the way I want. The world became a total mess. Satoshi-kun hates me, and I hate myself too. I'm going to complete my revenge. I don't want anyone to sympathize with me. I won't pretend to be some tragic heroine either. I'm going to become a murderer that nobody can sympathize with. So please, grant me a suitable final moment to me. A bluish-white flash filled the cave. Keiichi fell down like it all. It's the fact that this sounds now like we're third person. We are watching this go down. Shion reached out to him from the other side of the bars. She screamed at me not to kill Keiichi. Go ahead, cry and blame me. Don't even think of offering your forgiveness. I am the most rotten existence in the world. So please, grant me the worst possible ending. Shion begged me desperately to let Keiichi go. I simply abused her, slandered her, and disgraced her. The more Shion suffered, the deeper I'd fall into hell. It wasn't enough. It wasn't even close to deep enough. It wasn't deep enough to compensate for my sins. I dragged Keiichi to the table that I tried to put Satoko on, and restrained him there. Keiichi began to move sluggishly. The stun gun must have not worked too well on
聞こ
him.
えるかいシオン、これから始めるよ。ケイちゃんの若い悲鳴をたっぷりと楽しみな。
Okay, yeah, okay, no, here's the thing. So, I fully understand when people now say this ruins the moment. Highlight good, please. Yeah, we're not. No. We're gonna pop a save here. We're then unload this.
ケイちゃんの若い悲鳴をたっぷりと楽しみな。
Yeah, we'll come back to this one later. I am not doing this one with this momentum. Oh my god, I understand. There's no way. Okay, no. And then I turned around to face Keiichi. Yeah, like, come on. We'll check that other one out thereafter. Keiichi squeezed out those words. He sounded good, like he was about to bite me.
ようやくお目覚め。私、さっき嘘をついたね。シオンを一番むごたらしく殺してやろうと思って閉じ込めておいたけど、まだ思いつかないって言ったやつ。あれが嘘。
I smiled as I laid out the huge nails and hammer, specially made for the nail table.
あの子に自分のせいで死ぬ大勢の人の悲鳴をたっぷりと聞かせて、体の芯まで染み通らせてから殺すの。なかなかセンスいいでしょ。
お前は誰だ？
は？
That's an insane. Okay, I have to say, I think Mion and Shion's voice actress might be the best voice actress I've ever heard in anything ever in any language whatsoever. This is the best vocal performance I've ever heard in anything ever, and just even that line read there, the truly bewildered huh, is incredible. The best vocal performance I've ever heard, but that huh is a 10 out of 10 line read also. I am actually really looking forward to watching the English dub of the anime because I need to hear if anyone can even come close to it. I highly doubt it. But that's why it's exciting. Because I mean, I've heard the Japanese performances. I don't need to hear them again. That's why I like to find the fun in watching the dub, because then it's like, okay, well, let's see what they sound like and let's see if they can give half the energy. Sometimes you get a performance where you're like, damn, I hated that choice. And sometimes you get one where you're like, I don't like that, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at. We'll get to that.
ミオンでしょ。園崎ミオン。
I want to hear it again.
恐怖で頭が変になっちゃった。
違うな。
Give me that huh.
は？ミオンでしょ。
I love that. I love
園崎
that.
お前が園崎ミオンであるはずがない。
I stopped moving. Kei-chan? Shit. Wait. Kei-chan. I've decided that the naming game would be over once we reach Shion's. Oh, I see what he's saying. I thought there was something with didn't use the name Kei-chan. Okay. Therefore, even if he guessed this time, it would be too late. Oh well, sure. I'll listen to you. This is your last chance.
へえ。じゃあ、私がミオンじゃなかったら、私は誰なわけ？
Come on, Kei-chan. Guess who I am. Why don't you try to save Mion, the girl who fell in love with you?
鬼だ。
え？
お前はミオンじゃない。
Another good one.
え？
Oh my god, those are so good.
さっきまで一緒だったミオンを返せ。
ケイちゃん、本当に頭は大丈夫？恐怖で頭がどうかなっちゃった？
even like these line reads of just being unable to believe that he's coming to this conclusion is so good.
触るなこの鬼め返せ
Oh, this is crazy because it literally is like from her perspective, she's like, "Oh no, you were so close and you're so wrong."
ミオンを返せよ俺の最高の友人だったミオンを返せ
I listen to him with a blank expression.
ミオンを目の前にしてミオンを返すなどとお前事であることは分かってるでも目の前の今のこいつは断じてミオンではありえない認めるわけにはいかないんだ
That's great. So I'm not Mion or Shion. He doesn't even see me as my sister. No, wait, that's not it. Keiichi protected the Mion in his heart until the end. He didn't accept the fact that Mion was a murderer. And not just that either. He protected the Shion in his heart as well. He didn't conclude that if Mion wasn't a murderer, then it must have been Shion. To Keiichi, Shion was someone who always made fun of Mion. But that was it. It wasn't like they'd known each other for a long time. But Keiichi protected her. He protected Shion from being a murderer. That's why I'm a demon and not Mion or Shion, huh? A demon, huh? A demon. That's stupid. But isn't that just right on the money?
ちゃん、私を笑い涙で溺れ殺すつもり
However, Keiichi didn't back off. He kept screaming. He screamed loudly, so I could hear his voice even when I was stuck inside of a demon.
頑張れミオンこんな鬼畜生に負けるな
And here's the thing. Like, he's wrong. We were in his position. He was wrong. He came to the wrong answer. And yet somehow the wrong answer is the right answer? How can he be both wrong and right at the same time?
本当に強いお前の力を見せてくれ
This is the most insane writing ever. I cannot wrap my head around how you write such a perfect narrative. I can't. I don't get it. God, I'm so excited for Yumi Neko. God, that'll be. It's good. Some people are asking, like, is that going to be right away after? No. Oh no. It's still going to be a bit, but holy crap. Because I've heard this. I've heard way more praise for Yumi Neko than Higurashi, and yet if this is blowing my dick off, what do I have to look forward to? Mind you, that was the same thing with Fate and Tsukihime, and I kind of ended up just appreciating them both in two different directions for different things, but surely he isn't talking to me knowing that I'm the real Mion, right? He's just confusing us again. So there's no reason to let my heart be disturbed by Keiichi's screams towards Mion.
頼むよミオンどこでお前はこんな鬼に負けちまったんだお前はこんな弱いやつじゃないだろ負けるな戦え
He's right. I didn't fight back. How did he know? No, I think he is just so stupid. He wraps around into being correct, which is the most insane thing ever. How did he know I didn't fight back? I lost to the demon. After all, I'm weak. I'm not strong enough to defeat the demon. Even so, Keiichi continued to talk to Mion. His voice had become hoarse, and he had begun sobbing. He kept mumbling, Mion.
ケイちゃん、メイドの土産なんて気の利いたものじゃないけれど、どうしても知りたがっているようだから、一つだけ教えてあげるよ。私の中に鬼が宿ったのはずいぶん前。その鬼は私を蝕み強行に駆り立てようとした。だけれど私はそれを理性で抑えつけた。鬼はそれで収まり、 私はその鬼はどこかへ行ってしまったんだと思い込んでいた。でも本当は違った。私の中から出て行ったんじゃなく、私の中で眠っていただけだったの。
That was the truth. When I learned about Satoshi-kun's disappearance, my weak soul couldn't take the sadness, and anger filled me to the brim. But the insanity had stopped there. Time had healed me and embraced me with memories of Satoshi-kun.
その鬼はある小さなことをきっかけにまた目覚めてしまった。それは何に原因があったと思う？
It was such a little thing.
鬼の私が教えるのも変だけれど、あんたが全てを狂わせてしまった元凶。
A tear rolled down my cheek.
あの時あんたがもらった人形を躊躇なく私に渡していたなら。
Are you just saying this to mess with him? Because the doll never even came up at this time. Unless she's talking about Satoshi's bear?
全ては狂い出さなかったかもしれん。ケイちゃんには理解できないだろうね。
No, she clearly said
理
Kei-chan.
解できなくて当然だけどね、そこからドミノ倒しみたいにパタパタパタと初めの小さな一つを倒したあなたに自覚がないのは当然だ
Because
ろ
the,
う。
the doll thing has been barely a footnote in this chapter, so...
あなたが元凶な。
Was it literally just from the fact that then on the phone her sister complained? Wait, is that literally what it is? Oh my god. If Kei-chan hadn't done something so insensitive, Shion wouldn't have cried. Shion cried and talked to me about it. That had You are such a bitch. You are such a bitch placing it on this. Oh my god. 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 This like you want to talk butterfly effect bullshit? This is literally just like, yeah, well, because you ate like you ate a hamburger on that day and I smelled the onion on your breath and that made me want to throw up. So I went to the bathroom. And so when I went to the bathroom, I saw a glass shard and killed a man. And so it's your fault for eating the hamburger because you were there. You ate the hamburger. You know that onions make me go crazy and I want to throw up. So it's like, it's actually the fact that that man is dead from that glass shard in the mirror. And like, I stabbed him 37 times. I twisted it a few times. I skinned him and turned him into a hat. That's all because you ate the hamburger. You know, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. You know, that's what she's saying. Oh my god. I became jealous of her for having someone she loved so close to her. It was a very small jealousy, but that little feeling woke up the demon who was sleeping deep inside me. After that, I just let the demon take over. The demon ate up all the sadness from my loss of Satoshi-kun and filled my heart with the notion of revenge, even though I knew that wouldn't make Satoshi-kun happy. Then, the scary incidents that followed dragged me to hell from whence there was no escape.
そんな嘘だろ。
The only issue I have is her using the phrase, if you hadn't given me the doll, because that is a little intentionally confusing, because at this point you've given that feels like you're leading him to believe that you are old Mion, right? But whatever, that might be a wording thing. That might be really difficult to translate from the Japanese.
自覚がないのは当然。でも紛れもなく元凶なのはケイちゃん。あの時あんたがさりげなく人形を私にあげていたら、多分こんなことにはならなかったと。
Was I simply transferring the blame to Keiichi? Such a tiny thing woke up the demon inside me. The demon would have woken up eventually. I was at fault. I didn't fight back. I let the demon live in my soul and I let the demon possess me. Keiichi didn't hide his tears. They were pouring down his cheeks. Maybe he was crying in my place since I'd become a demon and couldn't cry of my own will.
じゃあそろそろいい？
この拷問はね、左手の小指の先端の節に順に親指まで打ったらまた小指に戻って、この調子で15本の釘で左手を打ちつける。それが終わったら次は右手。それが終わったら次は指先ってたくさんの神経が集まってるから、ケイちゃんが想像するよりもはるかに痛いよ。
So, okay, actually, interestingly enough, I had to go to the hospital recently. I had a really bad ear infection. Still do. It still hurts. Talking hurts right now, but I want to record and play this. And I needed to get blood work done. And when the nurse there said, I need to take blood from your finger, I got so scared because of Higurashi. This whole thing about you have lots of nerves bundled in your fingertips. The idea of sticking out my finger, of which you can see, look at my very well-defined fingers. The idea of sticking out my finger and having it be pricked for blood, I was scared shitless. Like, listen, I've gotten used to taking blood on my arm, on the top of my hand. I don't like the top of my hand, but I can do it now. But the idea of sticking out my finger and taking blood that way, I was scared. And then she grabs it, literally like squishes it so that it turns white. And then she's like, it's done. I'm like, what the frick? Nothing. I didn't feel it. And it literally, and then you put on the Band-Aid and then she's like, hold it for a couple minutes. Like afterwards, I'm like, okay, now it hurts because now it's sore. But like, what the frick? I was way more scared because of this, with the whole nerves bundled in your fingertips. It was fine.
両手30本を打ち終える前に失神しちゃう人もいるそうだから。
I put a nail to Keiichi's left pinky. Once I hit it with the huge hammer, it would start. And it would be over.
他の人を拷問するときには何のためらいもなかった。なぜかあんたにはためらいがある。
Probably because, you know, he was giving a pep talk which was incorrectly correct.
それでミオンの鬼が収まるなら
Right? Holy crap, he's so wrong, yet he's so right.
気の済むようにやってくれ
How could you be so wrong, yet so right? I didn't understand what he just said, so I tried to repeat his words in my head.
あんた、本気で言ってるの？
俺が傷つけたミオンの痛みに比べればこんなの大したことないんだろ気の済むようにするといいその代わり2つ約束しろ俺を気が済むまで痛めつけたら
Like, oh my god.
シオンは許してやれ
Oh my god, he, like, again, he's wrong, like, he's wrong. He thinks he's talking about Shion, but he's talking about Mion. But he's talking about Shion.
最後でに忍び込んだ罪にはそれで十分見合う仕打ちをしたはずだ
あんた、この後に及んで自分よりシオンの心配ができるわけ。
I am Mion. Mion Sonozaki. So why are my eyes growing so damp when hearing Keiichi show concern for
も
Shion?
う一つは気が済んだらもうお前は消えろその体をミオンに返してやってくれ
Okay. So from what I'm hearing, this is why we hear in the epilogue that she dies. Is that we know, because they say she goes to a random apartment in Okonomiya. She probably goes there, has a like, I'm just guessing for what's going to be the next video, right? She goes there, she reconciles with the demon, she gets her body back, and then promptly kills herself.
それだけだ
That's like, and he's literally, remember there was the whole thing of like, I didn't listen to Satoshi? Well, now you have a chance to,
あんたって人には命乞いをすると
wow,
か、そういう
holy
考え
crap.
は思い浮かばないの？
約束2つじゃなくて3つにしていいか3つ目は俺を殺すなにしてくれ
最初に2つって言ったでしょ。だからもうダメ。
そいつは残念
Even in this situation, Keiichi and I joked around and laughed. Ah, then I knew. I knew why Shion fell in love with him. He's different from Satoshi-kun, but he's a good guy.
多分私は約束を守らないよ。鬼だから。
その時は仕方がないさ。
Keiichi smiled and then closed his eyes.
ケイちゃん、今の3つ目の願いだけは聞いてもいいよ。1つ目の願い、シオンを救うこと。これはもう無理。シオンは鬼が殺してしまう。
That's curious. Because I don't actually know which one she's referring to in this case.
それはもう決められたことだから止められない。だから諦めて。
I stroked Keiichi's chin.
そして2つ目の願い、この体をミオンに返すこと。これももう無理。今日を境にミオンが戻ってくることはもうない。今日以降、もし私の姿があったとしても、私の姿をした。
そんなことはない。ミオンはミオンだ。もう戻ってこないなんて悲しいことを言うな。
聞こえる？あの音。
I'd been hearing a noise. I knew what it had to be. A dull sound was repeating in a regular rhythm. It was accompanied by a light tremor. People were trying to force open the iron door to the underground storehouse.
帰りが遅いから、レナが大石を呼んだんでしょ。あのぼやっとした感じの子が、こんなに頭が回るのだけは計算外だったな。
それについては同感だよ。
Really? I wonder how much Kei-chan really knows about Rena. Rena or Yugu? I won this time. Rena couldn't figure out who I was until the end. Maybe she did. Rena didn't seem confused about whether I was Mion or Shion. Perhaps Rena could tell Mion and Shion apart through her sense of smell. What? Sorry, what? What do you mean by that? Are we doing Riku and the scent of darkness? She was good at that kind of thing. Oh, puppy girl Rena? Okay, well, putting that in my mental noggin. No way. I'm overestimating her. Ellipses. I brought out my stun gun so Keiichi could see the
見た
sparks.
ことないでしょ？本物のスタンガンだよ。かなり出力が上げられるようになってるけどね。
That's the thing. I remembered hearing about this, but I didn't remember where it was from. So yeah, this was right.
さっき俺に食らわせたのはそれか。子供のおもちゃには向かねえぞ。
そうだね。
They must have broken the first door. The path was complicated, but there was no other door except for the one to this torture room.
殺さないけど、しばらくケイちゃんにはお休みしててもらうね。すぐに大石が来てくれるから、ちょっとの我慢。
Keiichi bit down and smiled bitterly. I paused, hesitating a little. Interestingly, the HUD went away. Keiichi opened his eyes to see what was
ご
wrong.
めんね。ミオンを怪我して。
ここに入る前に約束した。何があっても俺の中のミオンは変わらない。
でも忘れて、今日以降。もしも私を見かけても、それは、私の屍に取り付いた鬼なんだから。
So that has two meanings. Because that could be the demon that is, like, you know, her evil self that's in this body. But that could also be Mion. Because there's demon in her name inheriting her old name, Shion. Does that make sense? I feel like in my brain, this makes perfect sense, but if what I'm saying sounds insane, because we have Demon and Mion, those are different. Mion and Mion are different. Shion and Shion are different. But Mion and... like, here's the thing. This all makes perfect sense to me. Explaining it is impossible. I hope you've been paying attention and understand. That's all I'll say. Keiichi fell unconscious. I locked the door to the torture room. I locked the door to the huge cave, too. That should give me some time.
シオン、さあ、出ておいで。
I opened the cell and told Shion to leave it. She was crying.
あんたがケイちゃんを見逃してほしいと祈ったから、お姉はちゃんと約束を守ったよ。ケイちゃんはスタンガンで伸びてるだけ。もうすぐ警官隊が来るから解放されるよ。
So this is new now.
でも、シオンにはまだ用がある。ここから脱出するの。
Okay. I took Shion to the cell with the hidden passage. So,
その前にシオン、
okay.
あんたにミオンを返すわ。
Oh, great. Great. We're gonna get confused on this then.
脱げ、その服。交換だよ、また。ほら、紙のゴムバンド。
Shion had no idea what was going on, but she changed her clothes as I ordered her to. I gave her the flashlight and she hung it around her neck. Okay, my whole plan might have gone up in smoke.
あんたから先にどうぞ。井戸の底にあるとかいう隠し通路を探すの。
The light from the flashlight wasn't enough to entirely illuminate the way down. Nobody in their right mind would want to descend that well. But Shion obeyed and timidly climbed down the ladder. When she had passed entirely below the rim of the well, I brought out my stun gun and put it to Shion's head. Shion understood the meaning of that.
お姉ちゃん。
あんたの望み通り、ケイちゃんは救った。代わりにあんたを殺してもいいってことだったもんね。
Is this a symbolic death?
お姉はちゃんと約束は守るよ。
Or are you actually killing her by shocking her and then she plummets down and then cracks her body and dies? Or is this like a symbolic thing of you shock her and then she falls and wakes up and can sneak out? Yeah, Shion's hand and feet were clinging to a very unstable ladder, so there was no way she could protect herself. She was in a critical situation.
ミオンの格好をしたあんたは、ここから
Okay,
落
no,
ちておだぶつ。
you do want her to die.
私はシオンの格好だからね。ケイちゃんが被害者だと立証してくれるよ。私は岩牢の中で警官隊の助けを待つ。まあ、指紋なんかでバレるだろうけどさ、その頃にはどこかへ身を隠してるってわけ。
Wait, no, my original plan will work
お
out.
姉もなかなかやるでしょ。
私を殺すとサトシの復讐になる。
そこまで分かってるなら、覚悟はいいよね。そこまで落ちてサトシ君に謝っといで。
お姉、この底にはね、サトシは。
は？あんたら言わなかったっけ？ここに捨てられてるって。
園崎家で殺されてればここに捨てられてると思う。そうは言った。
この後に及んでややこしいことを言うね。もうちょっと分かりやすくお姉に言ってごらん。
私もね、サトシのこと好きだったんだよ。
Well, now you're gonna get killed for sure.
そりゃそうだろうね。
Oh no.
私が好きになるくらいだもん。
だからサトシが消えた時、私も悲しくて悔しくていろいろとね。
それで
バッチャにね、絞め殺してやろうってくらいに。そしたらバッチャが次期当主にしか話さないよ、絶対
Oh
に
my
内緒だよって。
What she said was something hard to believe. The hag said to Shion, the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with the disappearance of Satoshi-kun. Oh. Shion couldn't understand, so she asked again. The Sonozaki family held a lot of influence in the underworld because of our dad's connections. In fact, they used such illegal measures during the dam conflict. Therefore, people just assumed the Sonozaki family had pulled the strings when the dam construction incident took place. Even the hag laughed meaningfully and said suspicious things, so everyone believed she was the mastermind. But it was all a performance. It was all a hoax by the Sonozaki family head. It was just a bluff. The family took credit for the incidents to make it look like they were pulling the strings. With the influence they already had, this bluff was very believable. Therefore, people thought of the Sonozaki family as one that had deep connections in the underworld and that they were capable of producing any sort of conspiracy. People have believed that since the damn conflict. Oryu just smiled at things she had nothing to do with, as if she was the one pulling the strings. When the relatives saw that, they became fearful of Oryu's power. When the damn construction site manager was killed, Oryu smiled meaningfully. When the relatives saw that, they assumed Oryu was behind it. Oh my god, is this just a game of assumptions? When the Hojo couple fell off the cliff, when the Furude couple died violently, when Satoshi-kun's aunt died and Satoshi-kun disappeared, the hag just smiled meaningfully. Are you telling me all of this is because... I see you smiling, Grandma. As disrespectful as shit, people are dead. She's just doing the I show speed smile because she's being a disrespectful shit. I'm gonna McFrickin' lose it. I am going to It all comes down to the fact that Grandma does the I show speed face. And people go like, oh shit, she don't care. Oh no, oh shit, she do it. Everyone believed the Sonozaki family was behind all of those incidents. That's this is one of the greatest stories in gaming. Oh my god. Oh my
あ
god.
の事件が園崎家が関わってないってわけ？そんなの信じると思う？
私はバッチャがね、特にサトシの思想については本当に知らないって言ったの。だってサトシとお姉の交際、バッチャは許したんだよ。爪を見事剥いで見せたから全部忘れるって言って。
嘘だ嘘だ、出任せを言うな。じゃあ誰がサトシ君を消したの？
If you say Oyashiro-sama, I'm gonna scream.
誰が？
それだけはわからない。でもね、園崎家じゃない、バッチャじゃない。
あんただってタタリのシステムは知ってるでしょ？別にサトシ君を襲えとわざわざばあさんが指示しなくても気を利かす誰かが襲う、そういう仕掛けでしょうが。
Shion couldn't say anything in response. Even if the hag had forgiven him personally, as long as he was the object of the curse, the executioner would follow him forever.
バッチャはね、お社様のたたり、誰が起こしてるのかなって。
Damn, grandma in the
長い
background.
だけど見つけられなかった。誰もが村の中の誰かって信じてるのに。
存在しない？しないならなんで毎年タタリが起きるわけ？
おかしいよね。でもいないの、いないんだって。
フルでリカが私に首をかきむしる注射で襲いかかってきたってのは話したよね。それはどう説明するの？急須猫を噛むって状況じゃない。
Yeah, no, that was targeted.
向こうから訪ねてきて、催涙スプレーと注射器で襲いかかってきた。
Oh, was it just pepper spray? Oh. I thought it was something crazier than that. It was just pepper spray. Okay, here's the thing. I've not looked a single bit at it because, spoilers, obviously. But please tell me that when I play as Rika in the Higurashi Daybreak fighting game, that she has pepper spray and a syringe as some of her moves. Like, that's all I'm asking for.
おそらく同じ注射で富武さんが殺されてるんだと思う。
それはわからない。
We're slowly getting answers. That's what we
リ
are.
カちゃんがそんなことするなんて信じられないよ。
実際に見た私でも信じられないよ。あの死に方を見りゃね。
I don't think Shion and the hag are lying. That would mean the hag wasn't in as much control as we thought she was, though. She didn't know anything about that scary drug, or if the Furude family was the one executing the curse. If the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with it, then who made the series of mysterious deaths possible? Was it just a coincidence that something happened 5 years in a row on the night of Watanagashi? That's impossible. A human must have made it happen. And it was all decided somewhere the Sonozaki family wasn't aware of. The Kimiyoshi family didn't know anything. Kimiyoshi believed the Sonozaki family was behind it. Was it the Furude family? With Rika's behavior and the elderly people who believed in her so blindly, did some kind of power exist around the Furude family that created the curse? No way. The Furude couples themselves were victims of it. How could a little girl like Rika possess a power stronger than that of the Sonozaki family? No way. It's just impossible. In other words, I had killed the heads of all of the three families and was trying to bring an end to the whole thing, all as a result of a misunderstanding about the dark secret of Hinamizawa. Then what about my revenge? Did I kill all the wrong people? People who had nothing to do with Satoshi-kun's disappearance at all?
やるねシオン。最後の最後で私の復讐劇をひっくり返そうってわけ。
お姉ちゃん、信じて。私は仇なんかじゃない。信じてよ、お姉ちゃん。
Shion begged with tears in her eyes. That would have affected me if I was still Shion's sister. But I don't feel anything anymore, because I'm a demon. I'll be done once I kill Shion. I've already decided that. If I don't finish it up, what would my existence be for? What about the life I devoted to revenge for Satoshi-kun? How dare she tell me all this nonsense to confuse me at the very end? If what she said was the truth, then what I'd done wasn't revenge. It was just the curse of the fifth year.
シオン、あんたが本当に無実なら、あんたは天国へ行けるね。
Again, coming back around to her becoming religious at the
Satoshi-kun.
end.
おね。
A bluish-white spark lit up the darkness and Shion disappeared into the well.
天国でサトシ君に謝って。私は天国には行けないから謝れ。
She definitely has been really talking in binary aspects of heaven and hell this whole last little bit. Yeah, instead, I'm going deep into hell. Jumping into this well would be too simple an atonement for what I've done. Until I find a perfect way to end my life, I'm going to live as best I can. This game is peak fiction. Like, actually. It actually is. Now, we got one notebook page. I think I might save that. I think I might. I don't know if I want to do the other ending just yet. I might save it for after. Do a bad end separately there. We'll see. We'll read this first. Shion Sonozaki's last confession is dubious. Did the Hague convince her that the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with it? Or is it the truth? In my own investigation so far, I've proven that there are aspects of the curse which can't be explained by the Sonozaki family alone. So my notes were all bogus from the beginning. These 200 pages are full of bullshit. I thought of burning this notebook, but I won't do it. This notebook proves my guilt. I won't distort the facts. I won't burn it. After all, my life was only a notebook long. I wonder if anybody will read this. If somebody does, please let them learn something from my stupidity. The series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, dubbed Oyashiro-sama's curse. If you're reading this, please find the truth. That's my only wish. June 1983. Mion Sonozaki. In fact, it's $1.99 because it's literally like 200 pages. That's what you normally do, you know? Yeah, I think just on the off chance it's going to be like, if it's going to be a thing where I do this one choice and then I have to play through the next chapter and like it would just keep going. I don't want to do that. So I think what I'll do is I will just end it here. We'll check it out, but we'll do that after for sure. But oh my god. Oh my god, this game. Oh my god. All that's left is to see how we end. Oh, we know that she ends her life, but I guess we'll learn why and how. Thank you all for watching, guys. We'll see you next time for what I assume is going to be the finale. I assume, I could be wrong. I think it's the last part of Higurashi Chapter 5 Meakashi. Again, I could be wrong, but what else will happen, right? We'll have to see. Thank you all for watching, guys. We'll see you then. Ciao. Hug your sisters. Yo.